Alright guys, welcome to Tech Nostalgia. In this video, we're going to talk about Samsung's latest offering in Fold lineup, and that is Fold 7. Alright guys, hear me out. Since last year, I have been using Honor V2 Fold, and whenever I take this phone out in public, everyone asks me what phone is that. It looks so cool and it is incredibly thin. But in my opinion, Samsung with their latest Z Fold 7, they have dethroned that phone. And this is so amazing. It has a very sleek design, and the hinge is so strong and you can hold it anywhere, wherever you like. The edges are so square and the screen is so bright. It has incredible amount of upgrades that anyone was asking for in this lineup, and Samsung has really made a no compromise fold phone. Fold phones are nothing new, so this is the Samsung's 7th generation phone. 7th generation means it's been 7 years that Samsung has launched phones. 7 years? We have fold phones from 7 years now? What year? How long was 2019, bro? 7 years? Oh. 7 years already? We have not achieved anything. Sorry guys, it took me 2 days to recover from that trauma. So my point is that there has always been something holding fold phones back. Either the phone was too thick, or the cameras were not flagship level, or the cover screen was too tall and narrow and it felt cramped. But with Fold 7, the story is different. We can almost say that the phone is built without compromises, or at least almost none. Alright guys, let's talk about the design, because this is where the biggest shift happened. So this phone is only 4.2mm thin when it is unfolded, and it is only 8.9mm thick when it is folded. So that is almost very close to S25 Ultra. It is very close to the flagship phones that are available in the market right now. And when it is folded, it no longer screams that I'm a fold phone. It just feels like a regular premium phone. So the camera bump is definitely thicker this time, and it makes sense because firstly, the phone is so thin, and secondly, they have tried to put a flagship camera system into a fold phone, but it's still not on par with their flagship phone. But this is the best we have ever seen in a folding phone. The hinge design is more refined, with smoother, snappier, and more satisfying open and close motion. Even after the big improvements and thinness of the phone is very durable. If you have seen Jerry Rig Everything's video, in his video he couldn't break the phone, thanks in part to the titanium plating that's been used in these phones. And for the long-term durability, the phone is rated for 500,000 folds, so you're good for long run. And also Samsung promises 7 years of software support, so you're good. So it's a good investment if you're able to make it. Now we have IP48 rating compared to the previous version that was IPX8, which means this time we have added dust protection with the water resistance. But just don't throw it in a bucket of dust to test it out. The main cover display and the back use the cutting-edge Corning Gorilla Glass Victor Ceramic 2. And inside, it's the same old ultra-thin glass that comes with the plastic film pre-applied. It's smoother, more durable, and the crease, well, if you're really looking for it, it's still there, but in daily use, it's practically invisible. Brightness and color are still peak Samsung. Punchy, vivid, HDR 10 Plus with a 120Hz refresh rate on both screens. Watching videos and scrolling on this feels fluid, and multitasking with a bigger screen is as good as ever. This year's Fold finally gets the highest quality main camera yet. 200 megapixel wide sensor, 10 megapixel telephoto, and 12 megapixel ultra wide. The main sensor is truly ultra grade. It takes sharp and detailed shots even in low light, with a good HDR and Samsung signature saturation. But the telephoto and ultra wide aren't quite at the S25 Ultra's level, which boast more versatile setup. 200 megapixel wide, 10 megapixel 3x, a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto, and a 50 megapixel ultra wide camera. That extra resolution and optical range does make a difference for serious photographers. Front cameras are still split between a hole punch on the cover display and inner camera for video calls. Samsung hasn't gone for under display camera this time, which means you're going to get better quality images, but I kind of miss that clean look of the screen inside. Talking about the performance, under the hood it's running Qualcomm's flagship Snapdragon 8 Elite processor with plenty of RAM, which means this phone is going to fly through all the multitasking, gaming and split screen setups. Software wise, it ships with Samsung's One UI 8, which is built on top of Android 16. It is specially optimized for foldable screens, which means there's a seamless experience between folded and unfolded screens. It's a very big win where Samsung is offering 7 years of security and software update. That's pixel level support. There's a few areas where Samsung messed up in this phone. Let's talk about the one where people will care the most, the battery. It's a 4400 mAh battery, which is not bad. But considering it's a $2,800 phone and it's going to power 2 big screens, they could have done better. Charging. In Samsung S25 Ultra, they have a 45 watt charging, but in this phone, they managed to degrade it a little more. They have a 25 watt charging, and that's bad for a flagship phone. What's more, Samsung hasn't changed their battery since their first folding phone. It used to be 4380 mAh. In last 6 years, they have only upgraded it to 4400 mAh, which is only 20 mAh upgrade. They could have done it better. If they adopted the latest silicon technology, they could have fitted maybe more power in the same frame, or maybe they could have cut down a little more space and they could have kept the support of S Pen. Which brings me to a Samsung S Pen. It feels like Samsung is moving away from their S Pen support altogether because they recently removed the S Pen Bluetooth support from S25 Ultra, and from Fold 7 they removed the S Pen support altogether, which means that you cannot use your favorite S Pen with this phone anymore. All in all, Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is a massive leap from Fold 6. It fixes the design, it nails the cover display, and it gets the camera that competes with flagship phones, and it gets thinner and lighter in the process. This is the closest we have ever seen in a folding phone without big compromises. So, should you buy it? If you have $3,000 in your pocket burning hole, then go ahead. But talking about upgrade, if you're coming from Fold 4 or 5, it makes sense because it's a massive upgrade. If you have never owned a folding phone, that this might be a good time to jump in. If you're coming from Fold 6, maybe you can set this on the side. Either way, Samsung has finally built a folding phone that don't just compete with the regular flagship phone, but it can replace one. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if you feel magnanimous, leave a like.